Hello, my name is Laura Siitonen. Welcome to listen to my master thesis presentation. My topic is effect of sulfidity on the sulfur content and quality of precipitated lignin in softwood cooking. This thesis was done cooperation with Stora Enso. At the beginning of presentation, I go through the research question and describe how the experimental work was done. At the end, I will present the main results and observations. In a pulp industry, the growing use of byproducts has generated increasing interest in black liquor and the kraft lignins precipitated from it. Bio-based kraft lignin has shown its potential in different applications to replace fossil-based materials, like in energy storage applications. However, the influence of cooking conditions on lignin properties are not well understood. This led to the research question: how does sulfur in precipitated lignin influence lignin properties? The research question was investigated by varying the sulfidity of the white liquor across the trial points. The experimental part consists of 5 main stages: ship screening, laboratory cooks, evaporation of black liquors, precipitation of black liquor and purification of lignin with LignoBoost method, and lignin analysis. Most of the experimental work was carried out at Imatra Research Center, while the lignin analyses were done in Sweden. Soda and kraft cooking process. Lignin bonds fibers together. It locates both within and between fiber cells. During the cooking process, heat and alkaline chemical solution dissolve lignin. In sulfur-free soda pulping, the cooking chemicals are sodium hydroxide with some sodium carbonate. In kraft pulping, the cooking solution, white liquor, is composed of sodium hydroxide and sodium sulfide. During cooking, lignin dissolves into the formed black liquor. This byproduct has used as an energy source inside pulp mills burned in a recovery boiler. In this thesis, 4 different laboratory cooks were done to produce 4 different black liquor samples for lignin precipitations. Cooking results. The laboratory cooks were done in sulfidity level of 0% as soda cooking and kraft cooks with sulfidity of 15, 30, and 42%. The produced black liquors were analyzed and elemental analysis showed that the sulfur contents of the black liquor samples were as expected, increasing with higher sulfidity levels. LignoBoost process. Valmet has patented LignoBoost technology for lignin production from black liquor. The LignoBoost process transforms a byproduct into a value-added product. This LignoBoost process consists of 2 filtration lines. The first filtration stage produces alkaline cakes at a pH of 9 to 10, and the second stage produces purified cakes at a pH of 2 to 4. In the first stage, carbon dioxide is used to decrease the pH. Formed alkaline cakes are re-slurried with sulfuric acid. Acidic slurry is filtrated and purified cakes are washed twice, first with sulfuric acid solution and finally with water. In this thesis, LignoBoost process in a laboratory scale was used to precipitate lignin from black liquors. Cake formation. Alkaline cakes were formed under pressing in a laboratory filter press. Purification stage was done in a Pühne-funnel without pressing. This led to a significant amount of carryovers in lignin samples. Pühne-funnel were used because the volume of re-slurry were too small for the filter press. Lignin cakes cracked during filtration. Due to surface cracking, some of the washing solution and neutralization water bypassed the cakes through the cracks. Using a filter press instead of a Pune funnel in the acidic stage could have mitigated this issue. Lignin analysis and results. Before the analysis, samples were dried in 40 Celsius degree and crushed with a mortar and pestle to reduce particle size. The particle size was neither standardized nor measured, but this is assumed to not affect the properties of lignin samples in the following analysis: dry matter content, elemental analysis, ash content, molecular mass, and thermal properties, namely glass transition temperature and swelling, were measured. The sulfur-free soda lignin had a beige color. It was markedly lighter than lignin containing sulfur. No differences were observed in the drying or crushing behavior between the samples. On the next slides, I will present the main results. Elemental analysis. Sulfur content. Typically, the sulfur content in LignoBoost Craft Lignin is around 2% when sulfidity level is between 30 to 40%. These results showed that increasing sulfidity increased the sulfur content in dried lignin. The sulfur content in soda lignin were unexpectedly high. A possible explanation for this is that sulfur originates from the sulfuric acid in the washing stage and is either chemically bonded to lignin or present as a carryover. Approximately the same volume of sulfuric acid was added in the preparation of acidic cakes at all trial points, but soda lignin may have had more reactive sites available for sulfur in the re-slurry stage, which offers an explanation why the Craft Lignin samples did not exhibit a similar sulfur intake. Ash content. Lignin purity is often assisted by its ash content. In these samples, ash contents were higher than expected, indicating significant levels of impurities. Typically, ash content of LignoBoost lignin is approximately 1%. A correlation between ash and sulfur content was observed, which became stronger when soda lignin was excluded. Thermal properties. Two different thermal properties, glass transition temperature (Tg) and swelling, were measured from lignins. Based on the internal database, the measured Tg values were lower than typical softwood Craft lignins, which usually range from 140 to 160 Celsius degree. Soda lignin had the lowest glass transition temperature. As a general observation, an increase in sulfidity led to a lower glass transition temperature. A strong correlation was found between sulfur content and Tg in Craft lignins. However, soda lignin was not in the line with Craft lignins. Typically, a high amount of impurities reduce swelling, and the swelling results verified this presumption. The hypothesis was that ash content would correlate with swelling behavior. However, no such correlation was found. Conclusions. The aim of the thesis was to examine how sulfur in lignin influences its properties. It was investigated whether sulfur transfers to the black liquor during cooking and subsequently to precipitated lignin. The purification stages had a significant impact on lignin purity. Without pressing and Epulor steps, the dry matter content remained low. This led to significant carryovers during washing. As a result, the ash content in these samples was significantly high. Glass transition temperature and ash content appeared to be the most sensitive indicators of lignin purity. To improve lignin quality, purification procedures must be more efficient. Pressing and air-blowing steps should be applied to reduce impurities and increase the dry matter content of lignin. Here are the references used in this presentation. Thank you for listening.